Welcome to all you Sagittarians for your monthly horoscope for May of 2019. Now, how are you doing, dear Sagittarians, with your ruler going backwards, just being retrospective and thinking about what you can do around August time to go full speed and to implement some new things again, I say. But now for this time of May, in general, of course, these are not personal horoscope, but in general for the Sagittarians, it's not that big of a month. If it's not life-changing, it doesn't always have to be that, right? Thank God. And but what is going on? It is very much the month of May, a preparation of next month. Because next month in June, there's going to be quite some fireworks going on with Mars and the nodes opposing, Mars opposing Pluto, Mars opposing Saturn. So there's some big shifts happening next month. And now is the preparation. So already, the better you prepare now, the easier it will be to make some changes. Now again, for you, Sagittarius, not the most life-changing, you could say, but still, this is all happening in your 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of life and death, and it's the house of rebirth, and it's the house of transformation. So although it is a hidden house, people who don't know you that well might not know that so many changes you are going through on an inner level, on a level that you are dealing with it, but you don't want to share it all, or you just want to share it with one, intimately with one person or with a few, but it is very much that kind of energy. So what we're having here in May is a continuation of April when it comes to the letting go of attachments that you have towards things, material stuff, or habits when it considers eating, that are no longer suiting you. It's a good time for that to, for instance, to cut something out of your diet and you're saying, as from tomorrow, no sugar anymore, or that's probably impossible, but downsizing the sugar or something like that, it is a good time to do so. Still the whole month of May, Saturn and the South Node are in your 2nd house. So made a separate video of that if you want to know a bit more about that energy with Saturn, Pluto, South Node there. But basically it means that still it's a good time for you to declutter. It's a good time for you that things that are old, that are not serving you anymore, to say goodbye to that, to give it away, sell it, whatever you're doing with it. And often, I said it in the other video as well of last month, often you will have some certain attachments to that item, you know, like an old car that you don't want to say goodbye to, and etc, etc. So this energy is still on. So still make sure that you clean out your closet and old books that you're not reading anymore, give them away. It will ease you. It will be more easier for you to go towards the 8th house, where there's a lot more focus now, especially as from the midst of the month and later on. You have not only the North Node there, but now also Mars in your 8th house. So you are one of those people that is on a psychological level definitely making some huge changes. Like always when we have Mars transit in our 8th house, when that's gone, we're changed forever. And that can be a minor thing, but that can also be a huge thing, okay? So, because often the 8th house is a bit of a crisis-prone house. So lots of people think, oh, Mars in the 8th house is going to be deaths here all around me, and it's going to be all disastrous and crises. Yes, maybe for a few, very few people. But mostly, I mean, in general, it is about things that need to transform, that need to change. Some situations that it is in Cancer, so that might have a connection with family, that there is some structures there that are changing. And it's a good time to work on that. And it's a good time to develop a lot of psychological insight. So anything that has to do with metaphysical study, you know, study of astrology or something different that has to do with knowledge that is hidden, can help you. you know, psychology and understanding yourself and your own drives, it can really be very, very helpful for you during the month of May to understand yourself better. Also to put some effort towards, you know, money. Money from other people. So let's say that there is an inheritance, or there were a couple of people who said, "You're English, you're doing so strange words and all of that." Of course, I'm not a native speaker. I do my best, but I'm not a native speaker. My first language is Dutch, so Flemish actually. But anyway, it's so funny, isn't it, that you're doing these videos and people are getting annoyed of that. Anyway, you're a Sagittarian, you're probably thinking, stupid people there. But anyway, no, we're not going to judge here. I can be very annoyed for a detail as well, because I'm a Virgo. But anyway, I'm just getting off track here. I hope you are with me here. But what I'm trying to say is that delving deep into the soul and trying to understand yourself better is definitely a good month for you to do that. And it's also a very good month for you to do that, to make some quite important changes that has to do with your family, that has to do with emotional support, so to speak. That, for instance, if you're saying, this person, it might be related to family, or it might be feeling someone as family. They are not doing really, I always feel bad when I have visited them. They're not really positive towards me. It might be a time now where you disconnect, or where you're saying, look, that's Mars. Mars is cutting off. And so that might be a good time for you to do that as well, with all this energy, because you are working for other people's worth, that they support you, basically, with Mars in the 8th house. Don't forget that the 8th house is support. So it can be a good time to ask for support. And I'm not only talking about financial support, but support of other people, emotional support, etc., etc. It's now a good time to do so with Mars in that 8th house. Anyways, other from that, enjoy the Jupiter in your sign. I mean, on a relationship level, it's still a bit the same there. Make sure that if you do have any plans, that you stay on planet Earth. Also, especially with relationships, you know, with the Jupiter square Neptune there. But I think you'll be fine, you Sagittarians. You have that, the cup is half full always. And if you are having that attitude, I don't think you can really go wrong. Now, last but not least, a lot of positive activity in your 6th house of your day-to-day work, day-to-day routine, and health. Mercury is there, Venus is there, so you could find getting along better with colleagues, for instance, or having more enjoyment into doing your day-to-day routines and your day-to-day job, or just enjoying the fact that you're taking care of your health, mentally or physically, because of the Venus. And then, you know, those exercises that you need to do, that they kind of feel very enjoyable during this month. Anyway, so enjoy that as well. And maybe some alternative things to for your health. You know, maybe you have never had chiropractic, or maybe you have never had acupuncture, or maybe you have never had something, you know, to do with beauty, because it's all in Taurus, you know, to beautify your skin or whatever. Anyway, enjoy that, dear Sagittarians. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want a personal reading, just get in touch, and have a great month. Bye-bye.